Hello, everybody. I'm Anthony John Agnello from GamesRadar Plus. I'm here with Maxwell McGee.
Howdy, howdy.
We're hanging out at the Loot Crate GamesRadar Plus booth at San Diego Comic-Con 2015, and it's friggin' bananas. There are people wandering around in Jedi robes and nothing underneath. It's magic. We're talking to Mr. Dan Lujan of Kotobukiya. Kotobukiya Toys. Dan makes toys, statues, all kinds of wonderful things, and all kinds of beautiful things. What do you have at the show today?
We got a variety of new reveals, new products from all of our major licenses, including Marvel, DC, Star Wars. We've got a lot of video game licenses, including Halo, Mass Effect, Street Fighter, Tekken. So we've got a little of something for everyone.
And Dan, I know you've brought a couple of them here with you. What have you brought to show off?
This has been probably one of our most popular releases this year. It's actually not out yet. It will be arriving to retailers this August. This is our Hulkbuster versus Hulk Artifacts Plus statue set. So these are 1/10 scale collectibles, and they're sold separately, but when you put them together, as you see here, you can create a really nice scene.
They hold hands.
They do. They hold hands.
Are they staring longingly into each other's eyes? This seems like a powerful emotional moment here.
It is. It's a struggle of power here for sure.
And can I flip open that Hulkbuster helmet? And is there a tiny Iron Man?
And not, unfortunately.
Come on.
No.
Robert Downey Jr. isn't inside of every
he's
single
not.
Hulkbuster.
He's inside of our hearts, though, and that's really what's
every
important.
time.
Every time.
So there is the other exclusive. There's your San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Red She-Hulk, and so the Red She-Hulk, there's only 1,500 of these, right?
Correct.
And they're not sold out yet.
They're not sold out yet.
At the time of this taping.
Yes.
And so you can see her here, and she's looking coquettishly to the side. You probably can't see it unless you get real tight. But she is like staring off in the distance. She's like, you know what I have.
What do you think she's looking at there? Is it the guns?
It's the guns.
She's taking us to the gun show?
This is part of our Bishoujo series. So in Japanese, Bishoujo roughly translates into beautiful girl, pretty woman. So we have an artist by the name of Shunya Yamashita, a very renowned artist who does the artwork, and then we have our sculptors in Japan translate that artwork into the sculpt that you see here.
So Dan, walk me through the entire process of coming up with the sculpt and the character, because I know the Bishoujo. Am I saying that correctly?
Bishoujo, yes,
Bishoujo?
yes.
I've been seeing this word for like 15 years, and I've always been worried that I'm not getting it right. I always sit there, I'm like, yowie?
Am I doing this right?
Am I
doing this right?
So the Bishoujo thing, like, I'm familiar with them, especially the comics line. I read comics. When I open an issue, there's that shot of Black Widow, you know, posing provocatively. She's spilling out of her leather. Walk me through the process of how these come about. How do you start from, we're going to make this character, and she's going to be hot, she's going to be sexy. So how do you go from concept phase to the actual finished thing like She-Hulk here?
Well, as a company, we're very receptive to what the fans tell us they want to see. So we're constantly checking our social media pages, the forums, things like that. So we get recommendations of what characters they'd like to see. And actually, Red She-Hulk was at the top of our list for characters that they would like to see made into a Bishoujo statue. So we take those recommendations. We do an early concept sketch. We work with the artist, Yamashita-san, to create that final artwork. Once it's approved by Marvel, we have our sculptors create a sculpt. Most of these are sculpted by hand still. So a lot of these are not digitally sculpted. They're still sculpted by hand. And then once that's done, we make a paint master, a tool master, and then the manufacturing process begins. We use the paint master to create, you know, promotional photography and things like that.
Has there ever been a time where you guys have finished one and you send it back to Marvel, and Marvel looks at it and they're like, no.
We try to avoid that, and that's where the concept sketches get approved. And but sometimes, you know, from the sketch to the actual sculpt, there may be some something that was lost in translation.
I know. Did the sculptors ever come back and they're like, we just can't make her bend this way? It's just not happening.
I mean, we try to avoid that whenever possible because again, that will delay the release of the item. But we work very closely with our licensors like Marvel and DC to make sure that the product that we're making represents their property as well as it should.
Dan, tell me about your dream statue, because like you look at everything that Kotobukiya has, and like you know, you get Hulkbuster and you get Hulk. Like this is the biggest movie of 2015 so far. You get the Avengers movie, you get a character like She-Hulk who has like 30 years of cult following. What is the thing, like these are popular.
Yes.
What's the dream of yours? What character do you want to see that's like impossible Like, it's so niche, it's so out there, it'll probably never happen. But this is like the Kotobukiya statue that you want to see sculpted sitting on your desk.
Well, you know, we have something in the works that we most likely will unveil in October during New York Comic Con. But it's really been a dream project to see this come together. I can't say anything here.
Give me a hint.
I can't give a hint.
I
can't. I mean, my job would be on the line if I did. But it's something really cool.
Rick Moranis, isn't it?
How'd you guess?
I knew it.
We could see it in your eyes.
I knew it was always going to be Rick Moranis. That would be incredible. He would just like it would.
Well, you have a couple of buttons
down there. He's got the colander on his
Right
head
there.
from Ghostbusters.
I don't mean to do your job here for you, Dan. We're just spitballing some ideas here. We're just giving you some ideas.
All right.
So we are, GamesRadar Plus and Loot Crate are giving away one of the Red She-Hulk statues, and you can find
Those are over at the GamesRadar Facebook page.
Facebook.
We've got all the rules. We've got a whole contest set up there for you guys. But yeah, be sure to head on over to the GamesRadar Plus Facebook page. You'll find all the rules to enter and get your chance to win one of these fantastic statues.
You can get one of her. And unlike
she will
real
take you to the gun show.
She will not defend you in a court of law. That will not no, that's not. That's Green She-Hulk.
That's Green She-Hulk.
That's
Dan,
Jennifer Walters.
if we were to perhaps dunk Red She-Hulk in maybe some warm water, would she gradually turn into Green She-Hulk?
I don't think so, no.
This is 90s level toy technology we're talking about here. I'm just saying.
Dan, what else, is there anything that you want people to know when they come to the booth?
We just have a lot of great product reveals. Mass Effect, we just showed our Talizora Bishoujo. We've got some new Bishoujo for Street Fighter, Poison. We've got a lot of Artifacts Plus statues coming out. Artifacts Plus 1/10 scale of X-Men comics, Avengers, fine art statues. We've got a whole lot of products. So just come by the booth, check out all our properties, and we'd love to hear the feedback. You can visit us on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Kotobukiya, and let us know what you want to see.
Can you take off Tally's mask?
You cannot take off Tally's mask.
What the hell is under there?
And with that, folks, be sure to stay tuned to GamesRadar.com for our ongoing San Diego Comic-Con coverage.
I bet she looks good.